Another busy weekend of picking has come and gone, and I put nearly 200 miles on my truck this weekend, going to garage sales, estate sales, church rummage sales, you name it. I went pretty much everywhere, and I've got a ton of stuff to go through. We're not going to get to all of that in this video, but I did list some of the things right away. So this video, let's just take a look at what sold. As soon as I got home, I started working on these microphones here. I tested them all out to make sure they're working, and this one here had the highest comps, so I listed this one first. It's a vintage Shure Brothers Incorporated right there. It's a Unidyne 3 model 545D. It's a wired microphone from probably from the 60s or the 70s. It's got some marks right here and then right there as well with some scuffs up here, but it's in pretty good shape considering its age, and it sold for $100 plus shipping. All of my third-party battery chargers came in. This is from a company called Castar, I think it's pronounced. Yeah, these are cheap. These are on eBay for like $7 free shipping if you don't get them with a battery. And I find these Canon cameras and Nikon cameras all the time without their battery chargers, and you can't charge them with a USB just plugged into the camera. The USB on these is just for output only. So unfortunately, many times I just don't have that charger. But for $7 free shipping, it's totally worth picking these up and rolling the dice. This one's a Canon PowerShot SD600. It's in pretty good condition. It's got one original battery with it and an SD card, and it sold last night on a best offer for $100 plus shipping. Here's that other Canon camera I had that was missing the battery charger. This one's a model SD880IS. There's that Castar battery charger right there. Original battery this one comes with. Two SD cards, the cables. And it's not in bad shape. This one's pretty clean. Fully tested, fully working. I go through everything on these, and especially the flash. I want to make sure the flash works on these cameras. But this one sold within one day for $140 plus shipping. This is something I want to say I put in a previous video. This is a humidifier for a cigar humidor, and these can get pretty expensive, into the hundreds of dollars. And I'll show you how this thing works quick. This was originally have slid on like this and locked into place, and then this right here would have had that green floral foam inside that absorbs water. But what a lot of people do is they get those water retaining beads they're really, really tiny, and then they swell up when they're full of water, and as they dry out they shrink back down. So you fill this up with the beads or the foam and water, you slide this in on top, you dial in your humidity, and then what it does is it pulls in the dry air and the humid air comes out over here, and it shuts off when it reaches your desired humidity. It's got the original power supply here, along with this little adapter here. And what this does, power supply plugs into that adapter, and then this thin ribbon cable plugs into the side, and then you can either have it powered in here. I want to say there's an output on this side. Oh no, there's an input. So there's an input on both sides. So depending on how you have this positioned, and this is so that you can close the door of your humidifier or your humidor and not have a big air gap with the cable going through it. So this little thin piece will prevent that, sealing it up so you can keep your cigars nice and humid to where they should be. This one sat for a little while in the store, and I finally got a best offer of $100 plus shipping. This is an old bread thermometer. I picked this up not too long ago at an estate sale, and I didn't pay that much for it. It's in really good condition. It's got a glass domed front on it here. And I listed it, well, probably too high. Actually, I know I listed it too high, but that's because there weren't any of these on eBay at the time. So I did get an offer much, much lower than what I was asking, but that's most likely because there's no logo, there's no branding in here. It's just a generic bread thermometer, but it did sell on a best offer for $155 plus shipping. I'm only down to a few pieces left from this espresso machine that I broke, and thankfully the pieces are worth some pretty good money. This is the original drip tray from I think it was a 1991 Olympia Express Cremina. It's plastic with a metal grate on the top, and this one actually sold for my full asking price of $127.49 plus shipping. Some more stuff here to go over on the table, and 6 pieces in the back there. A little MagnaCraft. These are electromechanical relays. Those were going to get donated this week, along with about 5 other items that I pulled out of my inventory. Stuff that hasn't had any views in a long time. And I woke up this morning and someone bought all 6 of them. These are what did I say they were? Electromechanical relays, company called MagnaCraft. These are new old stock. Looks like they were $24.25 originally. So this person got a great deal when they bought all 6 for $41.94 plus shipping. When I picked this up a few years ago, I thought this shirt was going to sell for some really good money. It's a 1993 New York State Fair t-shirt, size extra large, and it's in really good condition. It doesn't even look like it was worn more than once or twice. But I listed it high, it sat for a while, dropped the price, finally got an offer, and I took it for $12.50 plus shipping. The Ben Cooper Lil Tiger Halloween costume here sold, and this is another mistake here that I picked up. I want to say this came from the private pick house, but this is another one that I ended and sold similar. I don't think it's complete, but it does have the box. It's a cool little collector's piece if this is something you're into. But this sold for the crazy price of $6.29 plus shipping. Some old service manuals heading out the door. This one's a Lawn Chief Sales and Service Manual. And when you see the word sales on it, that typically means, as long as they didn't pull them out, that this is going to have some cool old sales material in it with some really nice color photos here. This one's from 1975. And I love looking through these old sales pieces here. There's always tons of cool stuff in there. You can see what these old tractors look like when they were new. This piece here didn't sit too long. I think I picked this up at the end of last year, and it went for $24.95 plus shipping. And then to the same buyer, probably one of the largest manuals I have ever had here in the shop. This thing is enormous. It's a Boland's parts and service manual from the 60s into the 70s, and it covers every possible model you could think of. It weighs a ton. It's going to cost a good bit to ship, but this one sold for $59.95 plus shipping. The low dollar NES games always seem to sit quite a bit longer in the store. If you get the high dollar ones, they're typically, they're going to be the more rare ones, and you'll get offers right away. This one here is Iron Sword, Wizards, and Warriors 2. It's in really good shape. The label's in great shape. It's a 3-screw variant. I'm not sure if this one came in a 5-screw as well. Probably not. But this one did sit for a little while in the store, and it just sold for $5 plus shipping. And then you got Wii Sports that sells typically within 1 day or less, and you will immediately get offers from, I can't think of the buyer's name, but he'll send in an offer every single time I list a good game, and it's usually half of what I'm asking. I did get lots of lowball offers on this. It is complete, and it went for $25 plus shipping. This is the premiere issue of Game Pro magazine, and it can go for some pretty good money, but this one here has some creasing down the side here. So it sat in the store for a little bit, and probably because I listed it too high. I did get a lot of lowball offers that I declined, but it did sell the other day for $25 plus shipping. This is Ahmad Jamal, a sealed cassette that I picked up from that MCA buyout from a former MCA employee. I had another one of these that sold for a higher price, but it's been quite a while. So with this one sitting so long, I put it on sale, and it sold for $11.65 plus shipping. This is an old Wilson baseball glove, and I'm pretty sure I had this in a previous video. It's obviously got some condition issues because of its age. On the side here, it says Luke Appling, a little tough to read. It's got, looks like it's got a lot of use to it. Look at the inside of that compared to the color of the leather out here. Really cool piece. I love finding these old baseball gloves. And this one sold on a best offer for $30 plus shipping. This was a bad buy because it sat in my store for a very, very long time. And when it comes to Legos, I don't love buying small things like this. I don't even know why I picked this up. If they're huge totes, I'll buy those, wash them, and sell them, by weight. But this one, these don't have a huge value, so it wasn't really worth me to sit there for hours and sort out all of these little pieces and figure out if these were complete or not. So I listed this as incomplete, and I got the lowest offers I've ever had on anything. I mean, I was getting $2, $3, and obviously I'm not going to accept that much for something like this, but I did accept an offer of only $12.95 plus shipping. These little Murano ashtrays have been sitting for years and nobody bought them. So this is one of the items that I relisted, and I cut the price down significantly. And someone was very happy. They sent me a little note thanking me for the great deal on these two pieces because they sold for $16.16 plus shipping. So I listed this, I think it's a match striker, like a foldable match striker. And I can't even remember where this thing came from. I think I was just going through my junk drawer, listing random stuff. And I didn't really have high hopes for this one, but it did just sell on a best offer for $7.50 plus shipping. This little swung vase is another piece that's been sitting in the shop for a very, very long time. It's just under a foot tall. I think it's 11.5 inches exactly. And this is another piece that I sold similar, and then cut the price significantly just to get it moving. And it did sell for $12.95 plus shipping. I just picked this up the other day for only $3 and it sold within a few days. It's a Garmin DriveSmart 55, but it says with traffic, and that's what's going to sell these things, usually for a little bit more money and much quicker. Now, when you look at these, you want to make sure it comes with the correct receiver for the traffic, and it's not built into the unit itself. It's actually going to be in the car charger here, the 12-volt adapter. Now, it doesn't say on the adapter, so you're going to want to look up the number and make sure that you're getting the right one. This unit is a TA20 car charger, and without it, it's not going to have those traffic capabilities. So something you're going to want to be on the lookout for when you find these. But this one just sold for my full asking price of $79.99 plus shipping. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.